Hello and welcome to How to Linocut. I'm Oliver. Today we're going to look at all the basics, what you need and how to proceed. Let's start with the different types of lino. There's brown lino, gray lino, and sand color lino. The brown lino is stiffer than the other two and makes it a little harder to carve but at the same time more resistant. The gray lino is more supple and easier to carve. The sandy lino, despite this block being thicker, is very tender and far less resistant than the brown one. The dark brown color makes it harder to see the pencil lines. Whereas on the gray and sandy lino, the pencil lines appear clearly. I just stick with the gray lino, folks. It's just easier to carve. The tools we use are called gouges. As a beginner, you are very likely to come across this tool. It's a wooden handle with interchangeable gouges. If you want to switch gouges, simply insert the stick in the hole and push until the gouge pops out. Insert the new gouge and you're ready to go. You don't hold the gouge like a pen. It should sit in the palm of your hand. Your palm will be doing all the work. Here is another kind of handle with interchangeable gouges. You'll notice that this one does not have a hole. To change gouges, you must pull until it comes out. The gouges have a little tip on them. Line up the tip to the notch and slide the gouge in the handle. Now let's look at what we can call a fixed gouge. This particular gouge is a file, one of the best brands but more expensive. Like the other gouges, hold it in the palm of your hand with your index finger on the blade. Gouges don't only come in different sizes, they also come in different shapes. For example, here we have a V gouge. V gouges are used to make a thin line. Here is a U gouge. The U gouge is used to make a thicker line. The large U gouges are more often used when you have a large area to clear. They leave behind them a groove that some choose to keep because it gives it a carved look. The flat gouge will help you flatten the grooves. Its beveled edge will clear the lino from underneath. Make sure that the flat side is on top. And finally, a trusty knife that will come in handy, especially if you're carving text. Before we can start carving, we need a little preparation. You will need some tracing paper, a pencil, something to rub down your tracing, gouges, a block of lino, and of course, your design. Let's begin! Trace your design and check every now and then to see if you've missed anything. You can always add things as you go along. Before placing your tracing paper on the lino, make sure that it's the shiny side that will come face down on the lino. Place it down on the block and start transferring your image. Rub the lines of your design firmly in order to transfer them onto the lino. Remember to check that you haven't missed a spot. You are now ready to carve.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
The tools are very sharp, never put your hand in front. The tools are very sharp, they could cut your finger off. Let's proceed to inking. You will need several items: a sheet of glass or plexiglass, a brayer, some ink, an apron, and of course your block of lino. If you wear jewelry, I recommend removing it before starting. Squeeze out a line of ink approximately the width of your brayer. I would like to bring your attention to these little bits sticking out. They are meant to set the brayer down. While inking, make sure that the little bits are pointed upwards. Roll the brayer in the ink in a cross pattern in order to completely cover the brayer. This will take a few seconds. The ink is thick, and rolling it thins it out. When the ink makes this sound, you are ready to ink your block. Finally, printing. Center your sheet of paper over the block and place it onto the lino by gently tapping on it to give it some adherence. Then use a wooden spoon, spatula, or other object to press the paper down onto your ink design, thus transferring the image. You can see it appear by transparency. Be thorough. The quality of your print depends on it. While holding, make sure you don't press your fingers down too hard, it may leave a smudge mark. Gently peel the paper off, and voila! On this image we can see different types of rendering. With a flat gouge that clears the lino leaving no trace. With a big U-gouge, leaving the trace of the grooves. A design on black and on white background. A simple outline. And a text on a black background. As for text on a white background, all the titles were Linocut. So there you have it. I hope this video will make you want to Linocut. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching!